everyone, this is Richard from Our Vision Graphics here, and today I bring to you another tutorial of how to achieve a simple flyer like this in Photoshop. Actually, a backstory to this whole flyer was when I came across a YouTube tutorial of a gentleman. I've forgotten his name, but I sent him a DM so I can recall by going through my DMs and tied into this video. So I saw a beautiful flyer he made with Canva, and I decided to remake it with Photoshop. So creators who also use Photoshop can create them as well. So without wasting much time, I'll take you through how I achieved this exact flyer in Photoshop as well. So to begin with, we'll start with the dimensions of the flyer, and it's going to be the Instagram size. So that is 1080 by 3050 pixels, and I rename it to whatever I prefer. So I say Man City Ken. After here, everything here is going to be the same. So resolution to 300 and whatnot. We begin to create. Once you click on create, we arrive at a page like this, and we click on this and we select a solid color. So for the solid color, we'll go for this specific color. So this is the hair school. You can pause the video and find it for your tutorial as well. So once we achieve something like this, if you go ahead to import the images I'll be using for the flyer. So these are the images, and a link will be provided in the description below so you can also have them for yourself as well. So at this point, you go ahead to import the images. So we import this image, but the start, so we go to file, select place embedded, and we go in for the image of the stadium. So for this one, we make it bigger by pressing or you make it bigger. I think this will do. So once we get it like this, we duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J when we get a duplicate of it. And after here, we select on the first image. You can turn off the second one. We select this and go to blending options. So once we get to blending options, we change this from gray to red, and we tone down this a bit until we get this part up. But once these parts are getting off, you can notice that this part also went off. So there's no problem. You just click on OK and we turn on the one below. So this time, this part will be brushed off. So with the second image below, we'll click on this and you select the brush. We can use Brilliant as well, but this time I think the brush should be, so we can make it a harder brush, and we brush this part off. We brush this part off. Yes, I think we are good. So once we arrive at something like this, we can select both images and make them one by right clicking and converting it to as part of it. Okay, so once we are done with the stadium image, we go ahead to import the footballers as well. So we import this particular image and you click OK and you remove background. Once the background is done removing, you can tell from this image that a section of the footballer's face has been trimmed up. So you zoom in and you select the brush tool. You have to select this and select the brush tool. To get your brush to change to the circle, you can press on your caps lock and we change it, and your square brackets to adjust the size. So we erase the face of this player because this was selected to black. So you change it to white, and once you do like this, we can get the correct selection. Perfect. So once we have this, I like to duplicate this particular image by pressing Ctrl J. You have two duplicates here. You can turn the second one off. With the first one, we select a part of the player we want alone. So you take the pen tool and we select, like, say, this part. So once this part is selected, you press Ctrl Enter, and we want to erase this part of the image. So you press Ctrl Alt, Ctrl Shift and I to select the remaining part of the image. You select your brush to click on this and you take off the excesses. To make it bigger, you click on use your square bracket on your keyboard. We actually have this, we actually have it like this because the color has to be set to black. So once we get the black color, we can erase this part off and we have just this image beautifully. So we deselect it and we move it to this particular image, that is the stadium. So we move it behind the stadium. We adjust it like this, like this. We adjust it like this, and yes, we are good to go. So once we are done with this particular image, we turn on the first one, and once you don't need this second image, you go ahead to select just this footballer. I'm not good at football, so I can't tell their names. Yes. So we select this one like we did initially, press Ctrl Enter, it makes a selection, but when it makes a selection and we want to erase a part of this image like this, it's not possible. It's not possible. So to be able to erase this particular image, you press Ctrl Shift and I. Yes. After Ctrl Shift and I, we click on this one and you have the capability to erase this part as well. So once this part is erased, you deselect and we go back, you drag it back to the studio, and we are making some good progress here. So you adjust the image like this and you are good to go. I think you should, like this will do. Okay. So once we achieve something like this, we'll go ahead to bring in the third image. For the third image, I think it's Haaland. I guess I'm right. Yes. So for the third image, like we did initially, we select remove background. Remove background. Still on this, we select the brush tool and we erase this part up. We actually don't need this part. So we bring it behind the stadium image and like this. We have three images here. So I like Haaland to go behind this image as well. So I think this would be, I select three of them and I make it slightly bigger like this. So at this point, we select place embedded. We select file place embedded and we add this image. So once we have this image, we select just this part. So we select just this part. So we like to have, yes, this part. Like so. So you select this part. We select this part and we move it in here like this. Make it a bit bigger, and to get rid of the sharpness, you select on this and you brush off the edges. So it has to be, the hardness should be 0. So 0 and a brush. 0 and a brush. Just brush this part. This part off, and we select the image of the stadium and you press Ctrl T. We adjust the effect slightly like this, so it fits perfectly. So like this. So we'll go back to the grass image and we'll make it a bit bigger. a bit bigger. Okay. So once we have this, we go ahead to bring in the next image that the footballer. You select file, place embedded, and you select this image. So click on OK, remove background. Don't be bothered if the football is also removed in the process. We are not going to need it. The ingredient is going to be added at the lower part of this image, so it's not going to be that well relevant. So yes, you bring in this gentleman. I don't know if you know his name, the footballer versus you put it in the comments below. So I changed the positioning and let him face this way because we are going to bring another footballer as well. So once we have this in here, we click on OK and we select file, place embedded, and we bring another one here. So this image, as we've been doing, we remove background. Remove the background, and yes, we adjust the image like this. So I like to bring him behind the first gentleman and make it a bit smaller, like make it a bit smaller like this, and the left both of them and I left it like this. I think something like this is good. Yes. So once we have this, I think the stadium should be brought up slightly a bit, and the gentleman Haaland and this way, the right can be yes. So once we have something like this, we go ahead to bring in fonts for the image. So for the fonts, we select the text tool and we type Man City. Man, we change it to fights and the going for the Bebas fonts. So we type in Bebas regular. We building it and with the spaces the big smaller, and we building it here again. Like so. So to make sure this font is aligned to the exact center, we select on the font, we press Ctrl A and we select this. So it's aligned to the exact center. But as you can see, it has to be taken back behind each gentleman. So you take it back and we hold on shift and bring, sorry, you hold on shift and we make it a bit taller. So Man City, I think the player should be brought down a bit so that the fonts can be usable. Alright, so we can move this by pressing Ctrl G and we name all this players. We name this players and we add a layer. We add an layer in between the stadium and the players, and we select a shade of yellow like this. We select a shade of yellow like this and we select the brush, we press on the caps to change the type, how the brush looks. So I go ahead to add some sort of light here. We will change the blending mode of the light to lighten. and I bring the fill down. Yeah, so we get something like this. So after we achieve something like this, you go ahead to type in here Chelsea. Right from the top, you select the text key and type Chelsea. Bring it to the top. Chelsea has the whole A, so you take one out and you change it to a serif font. So like this, and make it way smaller. Make it way smaller like this. And we change the blending mode. We select and change the blending. We select on blending options is, and to get this exact font, go to bevel and emboss, and you can adjust the settings to this here. What you have here, you can pause the video and adjust the settings. And for the color overlay, I changed the color of the font to blue. Alright, so we are making some good progress here. So at this point, we add we change at this point we change this color to black, and he add a gradient. So for the gradients, we change the basics and we select this. Want to add gradients from the bottom, so you add the gradients like this, and based on how you want it to look, you make adjustments. Once you arrive at something like this and we have this particular effect, we can go ahead to add the Premier League logo by collecting file, place embedded, and we select this image. So we have it here, but despite unfortunately the image we downloaded was not in our preferred color. So select effects, we change the color overlay, and we select white. Alright, so we make it smaller like this, and we place it here. To get it in the exact center, you press, you select the image you want to align to the center. You press Ctrl E, and you select this to align it to the exact center. So yes, for the image of Haaland, I like to add a bit of vibrance. Normally, you can get the same tone as the other players, because you can tell the tone of the image is different from this. So on the normal, you can select the image, you go to filter, and you go to camera raw filter. But currently I have issues with my camera raw filter, and it's unfortunate that if I select on it, my Photoshop is going to close. If anyone has a solution of how I can get it fixed, I've tried a lot, but to no avail. Kindly reach out to me and help me with it. So yes, to substitute it, we go in for the vibrance for this image. To get the vibrance on just this particular image, you need to select this and adjust the vibrance according to our preference. So we play along with it like this. So you get the kind of tone you wanted here. Yes, so pretty much that is it. So this is how I recreated a Canva tutorial with Photoshop as well. So I'll add the handle of the gentleman in the link description. You can check his Canva video out. And yes, handy like, subscribe, and I forgot this part. The image on the stadium. The image of the stadium. The image of the stadium. For the image of the stadium, you can add a bit of vibrance to it. A bit of vibrance to it. You select this, then we make it a bit vibrant. Yes, I think this will do. All right. So that's pretty much it. So to achieve something like this in Photoshop, you can make a few tweaks to your preference, but pretty much this is how I achieved the exact type or similar type of flyer. And for with mine, with the image, I didn't want the background to be just plain like that, so I added like a cloud effect. So place embedded, and I press Ctrl T, transform it this way, and like this. Like this, I add the image, and I go ahead to change the blending mode. So for the blending mode, you can go ahead to go through it and select the one that sits well with you or looks nice to you. So I go through it and I find one that sits well with me. I think but this overlay or something will be good. But you just can go to it and you find the one that sits well with you, just to make few tweaks. It's you can create something. That's pretty much how I achieved a Canva poster with Photoshop as well. So if this video was helpful to you, kindly like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and similar videos will be popping up on your algorithm. Similar videos will be popping up on your screens, so we keep learning. And kindly follow my TikTok, my Instagram, and my other social platforms as well. Thank you for having me, and I'm out.